I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, how'd you like to waste some time? And I could not resist when I saw little Nicky grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't tell you what she did to me, but my body will never be the same. Hey, Cesaro Ame-sama, Willie, it looks like just like yesterday's lineup coming in. I think a lot of us were right in the same spots. NSD, Adam, Lifer, Yellow Flash, Diamond Dog, Steve, Mitchell, and it got ahead of me. Erwin Elf, good to see you again, my friend. Bryson Leon, Rodrigo, Static Toxic, hey, Evan. Elmira, gone. Yeah, I got behind again. Dr. Rorick, I saw. Gogeta Joestar. I gotta come up with a new song that I'm singing as we come on. I love Darling Nikki's song, but it's okay. That's enough. not that ever listening to me sing is all that pleasurable anyway. But I gotta come up with something better. You guys gonna have to help me think of something that I actually know. Hey, Krusty Bomb. Shocking! I got a notification. It's always shocking, isn't it, Diamond Dog? What's really amazing about it is how all over the place it is. You know how some days they seem to go out in pretty plentiful numbers. You know, today we're at 50 some viewers. We've only been on the air for under 2 minutes. And then we'll have other days where we've been on for 12 minutes and there's 3 of us in here. And then people get the notification. Those are my favorites. When people get the notification for the stream, literally the following day. Sing the Russian national anthem contest. Like old school Nikolai Volkov used to do. Remember? Iron Sheik's partner? I used to know a little bit of it because I would watch, you know, I was such a wrestling geek. I watched it all the time and hear him sing it. I don't remember any of it. I've heard that before, Wishmaster. He says, hey, Curtis, if you force sex on a prostitute, is it rape or shoplifting? Stank ass says, why is my pee-pee hard? The thing of it is, at my age, I don't question that anymore. I just am grateful that it is, and I don't want to think about it too much because it might go away. Sing a Nickelback song, Johnny says. That's a hell of a drop down from Prince to Nickelback, I must admit. Doing good, Matthew. Dark Evelyn plays. It says communism. The Russian anthem or the USSR anthem? Well, that must have been that had to be the old school anthem because he was Soviet Socialist Republic, Nikolai Volkov. Yeah, that had to be as old school as it gets. No, you didn't miss the bad touching at all, member berries. Besides, there's always, even if we were near the end of the stream, there's always room for a little more bad touch. The Burrito Bandit says, I was told that if I got a vasectomy, my girl wouldn't get pregnant, but it turns out it just changes the skin color. Oh, I had never heard that one before. That's pretty good. Johnny says Nickelback is greater than the Beatles. Oh, Johnny, I love having you here. It's such a shame that I have to mute you now. No. Sean says, have you heard the rumor about WWE being for sale? Yeah, I did hear that, Sean. I didn't hear anything about it today. Well, I don't know if anything new has come up since yesterday, but like you say, it was a rumor as of yesterday. I haven't heard. Hi, Arcane Mystic. Haven't heard anything more of if there's anything more substantial. Who was it? There were, I guess one of the rumors was ESPN and Fox. But now that gotta go have a platelet donation. All right, Wolverine. Well, thanks for being there while you could, pal. Wow. Because if I'm not mistaken, now Disney owns Fox. So if Fox were to buy WWE, Disney would own The Undertaker. That would be interesting to say the least. Elmer says, just wanted to say I love your page. Well, thanks, Elmer. I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. Very appreciated. Rito Bandit now says, I used to be friends with a guy who looked like a cracked out mix between Cobain and the singer from Nickelback. Yikes. I don't actually hate Nickelback as much as others. I'm not a fan, never was. but I don't hate them the way that a lot of people do. I know Daniel Kelly says Disney's going to own everything. Yeah. Yeah, it won't be long till it'll be take a significant amount less time to list everything Disney doesn't own than vice versa. Yeah. Disney or no more PG garbage. Excuse me. The thing is yeah, and I will say this, Disney has, we talked about this the other day, in some of their properties, they have shown at least a little bit of willingness to go beyond the bounds of hardcore family only entertainment in the respect that, you can get a little PG-13. Disney's even had some R-rated movies out there. So, right? Didn't they? I don't know. I believe they did. Anyway, they've loosened the reins a little bit. If they were, and again, that's just rumor, but if they were to buy Fox and therefore become the owners of WWE, they better loosen up, or that one will tank on them. Getting real sick of Google, YouTube censorship. Yeah, Arthur, I know. And as I've said over and over, what really drives me nuts about it is I have controls to censor things if we wanted to. So if I don't have them ticked on YouTube, leave us the fuck alone with it. Boobs or butts? Depends. Most of the kills. Like I always say with the boobs or butts things, it depends on the individual. Because, okay, let's use Bleach. Rangiku, boobs, and Pussycat, butt. So, it all depends. Oh, Diamond Dog, G-rated WWE. How crap would that be? Yeah, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't even be worth it. I wouldn't watch it. That's not wrestling's nature. I mean, what you're perpetuating there is big ass men kicking the shit out of each other. There's no way that should be G-rated. Or badass women kicking the shit out of each other. That shouldn't be G-rated either. Stank Guy says react to porn. I do every day. I just haven't had the camera on yet. Who knows at some point. I associate madness with rainbows. This whiskey is amazeballs, Jacqueline says. Superior Spider Boy says, have some Trump bucks. Well, thanks, Spidey. I still don't have any Trump bucks. Trump hasn't blessed me yet. Wait, I didn't look. Let me look. Let's see if I'll check my checking account right in the same window. Let's see. I know if I wasn't even able to check the update thing for ages, but now it says that I am eligible, and they'll let me know. Where the hell is my? Okay, there's my link. All right, let me see. I didn't even think to look today. Do I have any Trump bucks? Do I have any Trump bucks? Did you get yours today, Spider-Boy? Oh, hold on. Wait till I'm back to the chat. No, I still don't have any. God damn it, I still don't have any Trump bucks. Oh, well. I'm going to be one of the last people to get them. Look for my first joke of the day. It's that day. Barry says, Curtis is a self-admitted bad toucher. Last time I admitted to something, I was admitted to a mental hospital. Well, mental hospitals can be, depending on your perspective, it can be a relaxing time. Tempest King says, yesterday, I wrestled my brother for napkins, but I gave him that Mike Tyson knockout, and then for my victory, I yelled out the words, your intro, you're just going to die in the end. Andrew, Bleach is awesome. It's an absolute blast. Great pacing, fantastic fights. Everything about it's good. Very, very good. Really into it right now. We got a whole bunch of fights going on all at once, and all are top shelf right now where I'm at. Shroot bucks are greater than Trump bucks. Remember that one? and as I told you guys, Spaz Kid and I are in the process of watching the entirety of The Office, and that really was a hysterical show. Arthur says they're trying to feminize me, then ban all prawn porn. What anime have I watched so far? Oh, Matthew, I couldn't give you the whole. Most of the list is in the comments of most of our videos. If you go to the top pinned comment, I list what I watched, because most everything I've watched is over at the Goosh. So it's all of that list plus Boruto and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because those are the ones that were on YouTube. Prawn Parn, BG says. Nolan says, as POTUS, Curtis will provide immediate and infinite Curtis bucks to all subscribers and in real life waifus. Oh yes, definitely. Not only the IRL waifus, but the not IRL waifu, any waifu. I'll find a way. I'll find a way to get an animated character, some Curtis bucks, without question. Mr. King of Negativity says, "Hey Curtis, have you always lived in New York? Or have you lived somewhere else?" Oh no, I bounced around a lot when I was younger. I was born in upstate New York, but over the years I have lived in California, New Mexico, Arizona for a short period of time, Oregon for a short period of time, and I think as far as lived, that's it. I've been to most of the lower 48. But those are the ones I've lived in. Is it over 50 now, Chrome? Is it really? Holy shit. I didn't even realize that. BG says, Jesus Christ, too much alcohol and I can't type properly. It happens. Chrome says, May already know how the year's flying past us so fast. Yeah. Honestly, at some point, we just have to write off 2020 and pretend it didn't exist. Unfortunately, you're right. I mean, we lost the Olympics to 2021 as well as E3. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's... It, in the annals of history, 2020 is, you're right, Chrome, it's just going to be like a black hole, because everything for this year is just not going to exist. Is there an anime you would ever rewatch? Oh, Rock Lee, there's a bunch of them on my list I would love to have time to rewatch. I really want to see Overlord again. I want to see Konosuba again. I'd love to sit down and go through Hunter x Hunter again. I actually wouldn't mind watching Shippuden again. There's a ton of them. Will I ever get time? I don't know, but there's a ton of them. Excuse me. Only Trinell says, I can't even type when sober. Yeah, I identify with that. Big fat sausage fingers I got, yeah. Favorite water brand, Leslie? It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not a connoisseur of such things. To me, bottled water is bottled water. Brax has a favorite, and I forgot. I can't remember which one it is. I don't think it's... No, it wasn't Voss. I can't remember which one it is, but I know there's one specific one he really likes. Chrome says, let's send 2020 to the same place we should send China. Yeah. Now let's see how long till Susan punishes me for that. Yeah. Favorite old school Disney movie? Oh, I don't know, Sean. Again, off the top of my head, with my memory being what it is, I forget too many things. Yeah, I'd have to really sit down and think about that, and have to determine, where is the cutoff on old school, because Disney's been around with movies forever. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and think about that. Money on My Mind said I just got notified. That's not too bad by Susan's standards. It only took 13 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Again, we had that one stream, was it last week or the week before, where a number of people, I mean, not just isolated, a big number of people came into the comments and said they didn't get notified till the following day. But again, if I question YouTube about it, they'll say, we didn't do that. Again, they're like 5-year-olds. No, I didn't. Dark Evelyn is also hammered. See, it's Friday. I am never surprised on Free For All Friday that there would be a significant number of drunk and or high posters. Was that him? Oh, she was talking to Jack Queen. I wish we were drunk. Are you drinking responsibly, old man? She asked Big Green. Favorite forearm workout? When I had forearm workout, I always liked the roll. You put you take an Olympic bar, load it up, and then just put your wrists to where they're on your knees, so that you can just let the bar recess down and then curl it back up, just using your wrists. I used to do that one all the time. Back when I was concerned about such things. Now if I work out, it's just major body parts. We don't get that specific. I'll do some chest, do some triceps, do some biceps. And because it's become a habit throughout my whole life because of wrestling. Do some traps and that's it. I'm not breaking it down any more than that. Look for next post, Barry says. President Curtis will incentivize animation and production companies to produce more big booby animes by offering them Trump bucks if they cooperate and death if they do not. I think I'm in full agreement with that one, Barry, except I'm going to say that if I'm willing to offer them the second thing, it's not necessary to offer them the first one, so screw them. Well, I give them two options when one option will get it taken care of. My favorite cereal? That depends, Leslie, on what I'm in the mood for. I've always been a cereal nut, so that depends on what I'm in the mood for. You know, sometimes it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, sometimes it's Honeycomb, sometimes it's Fruity Pebbles. It could be anything depending on what I'm in the mood for. Pineapple Pizza Man says, I know you're doing anime, but maybe on a break from anime you could react to Meat Canyon? I don't know. Again, if there'd be anybody new that I'm reacting to, it would be a while because I'm way, way, way behind on reacting to the things I want to, which, of course, Devil Artemis, Brandon, RDC World 1, TFS has a new video out I haven't got a chance to react to yet, so if it was anybody new, it would be a while till I can start catching up on those. And right now I'm figuring out what I'm going to do when we catch up with Super at the channel. I'm debating whether or not to start testing the waters with, we've already had a couple of them eliminated with blocks, testing the waters with other series that we've done at the Goosh, or if I should just go to doing the, if not daily, regular updates, you know, with the short clip videos from what's going on over at the Goosh. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, Jack, I was gonna say, hold on, I gotta check next post. But Jax was look for next post, major look. That's the first time that's ever been pulled on me. Well done. Arthur says check next post. Check last post. You guys are being wild. Come on, don't do that to my old brain. I'll be like, Arthur, you'll have me doing this the entire time. Wait, what the fuck did I miss there? You hit your girl with a final flash last night, Anthony. Nice. Hopefully she took it like a champ. Michael Lombardo, do some traps, sell into that. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Well, come on. Sometimes things get boring at the gym, so you grab a trap and you do it. I didn't even think of that till you pointed it out. Rock Lee got it too. Do some traps. I took that differently than what it really is. I'm too far gone. No, like I say, you got, you know, when you're in the gym, you're working out. Well, mix things up a little bit, have a little bit of release. Trap, come here. See, that seems perfectly understandable to me. Seems perfectly reasonable. Member Barry says, Curtis, your wife let you have more than one cereal box open at once? Damn, you must be taking that big YouTube box. Mighty 92 cents for her to allow that. Actually, no, I'm not allowed that, Barry. That would be, it's never concurrent. It's just if I finish my Fruity Pebbles, then I may buy some Honeycomb. I should have been more specific. Inconceivable, Evan. That word, I will never, ever be able to see, hear, experience that word without flashing back to The Princess Bride for the rest of my life. It's over. That was such a great movie. Burrito Bandito says, you and Spaz Kid should make a Breaking Bad parody. It would still contain all the meth cooking in the desert, but there would be more sticky stuff. Yeah, I think anything I do entertainment-wise should always, from now on, include sticky stuff. Agreed. You just watched Granny Chio die again, Big Dave? That was rough. She was a really good character. That's like I say, Naruto and Shippuden, those I wouldn't mind revisiting them someday. Not at all. Smog says, yo, Curtis, have you had a garbage plate or Speedies? Considering your fellow Speedies, yes. Garbage plate, no. My mom used to make Speedies when I was a kid. For those who don't know, Speedy, I haven't had them probably since I was a kid, but Speedies are, what is it, Smog? It's like little chunks of beef, and they're put on a skewer along with veggies and stuff like that in between, and they're seasoned just so and everything. But no, a garbage plate. I think I've heard of that, Smog, but I'm not sure what it is. It sounds familiar, but yeah, Speedies. Oh, we haven't. I haven't had Speedies. I couldn't even tell you how long. Henrik Marcus says, I hope those dragons invade Switzerland, those neutral motherfuckers. Milag is both drunk and super high right now. Shh, don't tell my passengers, I'll blame it on turbulence. Tempest King says, Curtis, can you show me how you punch so that I can knock out my brother because he said he unsubscribed your channel? Well, I can show you how to give a quality nut shot. I think no, kidding. Don't hit your brother in the nuts. No, no, I haven't seen season 2 of OPM yet, Andrew. I do want to see that. That'll probably be another one that I'll eventually line up at the $1 level over at the Goosh, because I'm catching up on things soon. There, be catching up on DXD, catching up on MHA. So yeah, OPM as well probably. Oh, and Chrome's talking about exactly that. I know after Code Geass, you plan on doing DXD and MHA, but just wondering, do you have any idea what series will be after those, since they're relatively short ones? It'll probably be stuff just like that, Chrome. Maybe One Punch Man. Anything that I need to catch up on will be there. And then after that, it'll, if I feel like we're caught up on everything, it'll be, as I said, just stuff that you guys have talked a lot about, but doesn't seem to be able to win a poll. Curtis, eye candy. We actually did that game once. Quest Guy, a promoter I worked for out in Rochester, Buffalo, around Western New York somewhere, wanted to do the eye candy thing. So me and this other guy, he played my brother, we went out as eye candy once or twice. Code gay ass, Mr. King of Negativity says. They are similar to shish kebabs, Big Dave. Speedies are. They are. I think that my limited knowledge of the cooking arts, I believe they're just, seasoned differently. I missed the super chat? Okay, thanks, Arthur. Oh, shit. How the hell did I do that? I thought I just scrolled up there. Wafer says, I see a cut in the green screen by the sword. Fix it. Oh, the sword slipped down. I gotta get a different. I say this in my head turn, like you guys are still gonna be able to hear. Afro Mike, come on, do your shit. I gotta get a some different stands for it. I'm gonna be changing that backdrop anyway. Let me see. I'm not sure how much you guys can see behind my giant head, but I'm gonna be changing all this. I'm gonna take those 2 pictures down. I might even move that Naruto and Dragon Ball artwork, and I think I might put some shelves up there and get the get some of the pops displayed better. And I've got this wall to this side of me is blank. I've got a lot of room to move stuff over there, but eventually I'm going to get to that and get everything switched around here. I mean, not here on the green screen. I'm going to switch everything around. Renzo says, my neighbor acts like he is raised Ramon on coke. Wait, no, he is Tony Montana. Yeah, I know. I do. I got to get a better green screen, Lex. I know. It's starting to fall apart. Well, come on. This green screen's been serving us for quite a while here now. Ever since the days of Mark Bark. Well, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Dow Lord Badlands says, I'm trying to watch Boruto right now, and it's a struggle. The music isn't as good as Shippuden, and the characters aren't as compelling. I also feel like Naruto's generation was nerfed. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Dow Lord. We were talking about Boruto the other day and how, I don't have anything against it per se. It just never really caught my interest at all. The little bits I've known about it never made me go, oh, okay, I need to see that. And it's largely because of things almost exactly like what you said right there. That I've heard from a lot of people, and it's you guys. I mean, people whose opinions I trust, the people who've gotten me into anime saying it. So that could be why as well. But yeah, it sounds like Naruto himself gets boring, and yeah, it just never caught on for me. Chrome says the 92 cents goes to the slave troll in the basement. Oh wait, I hear he likes to I hear he likes to call himself the spaz child now, feckless neat. And Barry says, don't watch Boruto, fuck Boruto. Can I play the piano? No, unfortunately, Andrew. I had that for a couple little things I was working on for different videos and stuff. But no, I wish I could. Always been a huge music nut. I wish I had some ability for it. Arthur says, check last post serious this time. Super serial. Where's Arthur, you guys? Did I miss you? Oh, no, they are. Seriously, though, I have friends in China. I'm all for liberating them if it comes to it, but we need to remember there are countless normal people there just trying to live life. Oh, the issues with China are, I've said it over and over, are not with the Chinese people, it's with the Chinese government. The thing with China is you can't really blame the people for anything because the government doesn't allow the people to know the government is 100% in control of what they know. I'm sure that the people in the Chinese wet markets have no idea that lifestyle, that way of living, that way of doing business and constructing your social life is ripe for creating a global pandemic, which it just did. They don't know that. It's strictly the Chinese government. It's not the Chinese people. Jar says, they call you a conspiracy theorist for believing the virus came from a lab. They call you a conspiracy theorist for not wanting Bill Gates involved in vaccines. I'm just someone with free thought. Yeah, to completely, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but to completely, until we know for 100% certain, which we do not yet, say that the virus couldn't have come from a lab, I think that's a little short-sighted. And anything is possible along those lines. I don't know if they call you a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not. I don't need Bill Gates involved in vaccines. I don't. For me, it's not so much being a conspiracy, worrying about what he's going to put into it, as much as I just don't trust Bill Gates. I think Bill Gates has his very specific interests in mind, and that's what he will always have in mind. And I know he's Mr. Magnanimous and all that, but I don't trust Bill Gates. Edgar, bringing those damn Elton John references again. Benny and the Jets, anyone? LOL. Happy Friday, y'all. Yesterday, Edgar kept, and it did. Those stupid Elton John songs stayed in my head for a substantial amount of time after the stream. Arthur says, I know I'm talking about if we end up at war. Oh, I don't think it'll come to that, Arthur. Only because a war doesn't accomplish anything but more strife and agony for the world. I think the actions taken against China by the rest of the world need to specifically target and put pressure on their government. I know it's almost impossible to do that without a trickle-down effect on the people, but I don't foresee in any way, shape, or form where this whole thing could actually start a war. Now, from what I'm hearing, they're opening up those wet markets again. Something like this, another strain comes out of there, then you might see nations around the world getting a little itchy. Excuse me. No, I haven't seen it yet, Prasanna. We were talking about it yesterday. Somebody else brought it up to me, said, have you seen the excuse me, Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer? It's pretty legit. Yeah, I was told that yesterday. I was going to take a look at it. I forgot all about it. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but again, hearing good things. Chrome says Boruto's just a zombie series. Not much passion in writing, just there to keep Naruto brand alive for money. Now and again, it gets a good clip. YouTube the clips instead of watching episodes. I've heard that from a lot of people too. Chrome, a lot of people have said, listen, don't watch Boruto. Just pick and choose the clips, or let us give you links to the clips, because it's not worth your time. And again, that's for those who enjoy Boruto. And I'm not saying it's shit because I don't know. I haven't seen it. But that is the word I get a lot. Boruto is a cash cow, Big Green says. Hey, Eric, good to see you. If we go to war, we'll have the allied nations. Yeah, well, I would think so. Henrik, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but I don't think it'll come to that. Particularly if they're there was never any definitive proof that it came from a lab. As long as the pervasive belief is that it came from the wet market, I don't think there's any way the world can justify going to war over that. Again, because now you're just talking about who knows how many tens, hundreds, thousands, millions of people that would adversely affect. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. Chrome says every generation needs a good righteous war. Oh, Cheyenne came in? Hey, hi, Cheyenne. Good to see you, kid. Let's see. Jair says people are still attacking Trump for the injection with cleaner remarks. He was clearly talking to the doctor, not giving a directive. Trump is not responsible for the stupidity of certain people. Yeah, but that's all. And in fairness, that on both sides, that's always going to happen. Whenever somebody, particularly Trump, makes any type, if there's anything he says, and he does do it plenty enough times, that they can take and run with, because he does speak off the cuff too much, and unfortunately he's not always all that good at it. He doesn't do a great job of expressing himself. They're always going to take it and run with it. Now, what a lot of especially the more centrist Democrats are running into a problem with, of course, is with Joe Biden and Tara Reade, because they came after Kavanaugh. I mean, claws out, fangs out, and tried to rip him to shreds over these decades-old allegations. And now Biden's in the exact same situation with decades-old allegations, and a lot of them are like, and or as Nancy Pelosi said, that's Joe Biden being Joe Biden. So, yeah, they got themselves in a little bit of a pickle there. Because, oh, yeah, Druid's Calling says, I don't trust China on anything. You can't. They've proven that. You can't. And that, again, speaks to just what we talked about. There's no nation that works as hard to, let me put it this way. Any nation who works diligently to keep information away from their people is not a nation you should trust, ever. And there's no nations that work any harder at it than does China. I wouldn't trust any nation that does that. Novatatsu says, come on now, let's not talk about war or tensions. We are here to have fun and forget the world for a bit. Let's put the attention on our anime waifu, Shaltir Bloodfall in his mind. Shaltir is awesome. See, probably one of the only reasons Shaltir isn't higher on my list is because she had the misfortune of being in the exact same series as Albedo. And Albedo is way, way the hell up there on my list. But Shaltir was cool. And the Shaltir Ainz fight in Overlord is my favorite fight. That was a fantastic fight. She's a badass Shaltir. Yeah, I liked her a lot. There's a lot of waifu material in Bleach though too. Whew. Wow, Kukaku. I mean, she just came back into the series again. The episode I watched today. Yeah, today. There's just something about her. Lick says, where's Fat Bitch Braxley? I don't know. He was in here earlier. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's up to right now. Let's see. Gon says, how the SJWs will justify their Me Too bullshit after all this Biden stuff will be pathetic. They're already running into those problems, Gon. Yeah, a lot of them are playing it wrong. And in fairness, there are some people on the left who I've seen, you got to be fair, who came after Kavanaugh and are now saying, yep, now you got to come after Biden with the same tenacity, the same investigation. But there are also a lot of them you're seeing early reactions from where when you talk about Biden, instead of coming after him at all, it's like, well, it's just Biden being Biden. Hey, Trump's got allegations against him too. It's like, okay, yeah, he does. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Biden's, and it's a lot of deflection. A lot of deflection going on right now. Chrome says, a lot of those Me Too people are now rushing to delete old tweets. Yes, they are, to cover their asses. Also, CNN deleted decades-old segments that corroborated their statements. There's a lot of smoke in this case. Well, yeah, too, Chrome, and the whole thing with them not being able to go to the university to get the files they need to see. That, again, the thing of it is, they want to have it both ways, but you can't. You can't be allowed to have it both ways. If you're going to hold one guy to hold his feet to the fire over this type of allegation, you have to do it to the other guy who's also in a political position. but they just people think that they can get away with just picking and choosing and not get called out on it. Look, says, I didn't know about this. Pretty sure some Australian politician got in trouble for having anime girl statues in his office. So, yeah, but what? That's bullshit. You shouldn't be able to get in trouble. And this, a lot of times I say this stuff over the top facetiously, but I'm being serious here. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. You can be a fan of anime and attractive women in anime. Yeah, I don't buy that. That's bullshit. That's wrong. Again, trust me, as an old fart who's into anime, there's nothing wrong with being an old fart and still being into anime, or a politician and being into anime. That's a bullshit. Druid's calling. Who did you hate more, Danzo or Kabuto? Throughout the vast majority of the series, Kabuto. At the end, Danzo. So, it all depends. If you meant during or after. When all was said and done, my most hated character in that series was Black Zetsu. Little freak fucking pussy that he is. Just let the weeds be politicians. Yeah, Krusty Bomb. But yeah, I hated Kabuto throughout. He redeemed himself somewhat to me at the end. That edge came off of him, and he still had that little bit of smarm about him, but not enough to be as egregiously obnoxious to me as he had been. Old weebs, yeah, BG. Ocho, roses are red, violets are blue. If the DNA test proves you're my sister, then I'll stop sleeping with you. Damn, fuck Black Zetsu, bitch. Yeah, I couldn't stand it. What? I mean, not only was he pulling all the strings, obviously, but beyond that, he was just, when push came to shove and it was fight time, he was such a pussy. Such a cowardly little, hiding in mommy's sleeve there and everything. Fuck him. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Okay. You see the stimulus package the Democrats put up? $1,000 a month for a year due to the virus. I don't think we can afford it as a country. Well, that's what, it's funny, Thomas. You make a good point. Hold on. Before I go into that, I missed life first. Curtis run for president and wear an Ahigo suit? That must have been Ahigo. I don't know if that's a Japanese word that I'm not recognizing, Lifer, or if that corrected on you. An Ahigo suit? I don't know. I'm sure you'll clear it for me. You see the stimulus pack? Yeah. Well, that's what that delicate line that we're towing right now, Thomas. I completely understand wanting to help people out 100%. Absolutely, I understand it. But you have to have a balance to where you're not going to do so much damage to the economy that it never recovers, or that it takes decades to recover. Because then, the $1,000 a month helps now, but what does it do in the future? I'm glad I don't have to make those calls, to be perfectly honest with you. That's a tough one. I mean, I get why they want to do it, but wow, we're already a couple trillion in debt to this. It's going to get hairy. Super Saiyan, a Dragon Ball themed restaurant called Super Saiyan. Leslie says I would go there. Even though my tastes are extremely. Look it up in a different tab. Oh, okay. So it wasn't. It is a Japanese word then. Okay, that's why I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it had with the way super chats are. I didn't know if it had blurred it on you. An Ahigo suit. What the hell is that? Yeah, I'd wear those as president. Yeah, no problem. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, I would think that would. I would wear that to go meet Merkel or whoever. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Hentai hoodie, yeah, Lex. That's what it looked like. Most weebs are antisocial, Arthur says. We wouldn't get any votes. Yeah. Too many weebs would have to come out, and that wouldn't go well. Every band kid would vote for you. Gigamax says. Excuse me. Chrome says some people honestly don't understand how the economy works, or money for that matter. Money is only worth the value of work and goods. If you increase the total money in an economy, it's worthless. Yeah, you're right, Chrome. It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't understand that. For the most part here, even though we're certainly not by nature a political group, I mean all of us here at the live streams, I've always been impressed how in tune with the world and with politics and the economy and things like that you guys are. I think way more people that are in here with us right now have an understanding of that than seem to in the general population. That to a lot of people, a scary number of people, I think they think any reticence to give the people more money per month from the government is just because the government's being assholes and being stingy, and they don't realize that they are actually trying to keep that balance in check. Oh, I did see that, Arthur. I want to make sure I didn't. Okay, I didn't miss another super chat, did I? No, that was stimulus checks. Okay, we're good. Jeff says, "Did you see the movie about the hot dog? It was an Oscar wiener." Labor says, "Anime titties." Yes, always a round of applause for anime titties. Henrik says, normal people on quarantine. We want to get out weebs on quarantine. Time to test my limits." Yeah. It's record breaking time, bitches. Smokey Loki says, "For the love of anime, Curtis, please don't look up Nico Robin Ahigo. Your heart and brain won't be able to take it." Well, now you know I gotta see what those look like. Now that I know what I think I pronounced that right. Ahigo. Now that I know what Ahigo is. Oh, Nico Robin, she's just and again with her, it's not just the look. She's just got that freaking fantastic personality. Oh boy, this one's gonna take me right to X video, so this has got to be quality. Oh yeah, jeez. Oh, Nico Robin, how I love you so. Yeah, Arthur says more like weebs. What limits? Yeah. Oh, Willie says look for next post. Okay, I'll make sure I caught up. I did. No, Willie's post isn't there yet. Excuse me. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't either, Krusty Bomb. I wasn't either. Willie says, if I were the Overlord, I would use the power of Nazarick to take over Earth for 10 minutes of worldwide peace and fucking quiet. Yeah. Oh, couldn't we all use that right now? God damn, I just, it's so, commenting on, I am always amazed, and again, outside of, because I'm continually impressed by how pragmatic most of you guys are and how you're able to look at all sides of an issue for the most part. But I'm always amazed outside of here how many people have such strong opinions on the shutdowns about, some people are like, well, you got to open it right now because the economy is going to die. And I think that's an overreaction. Then you have the other people that are like, if you question the fact that we're being locked down, you're going to kill my grandmother tomorrow. And that's not true either. It's like everybody's always in extremes in this country, at least. You can never come together and say, well, okay, listen, we understand that we can't go back to the things the way they were. That's not what we're talking about. But we've got to start easing these restrictions, looking ahead to our future. And by our future, I don't mean just the end of this year. I mean for the next decades ahead. You can't let an economy absolutely tank. So if there's an opportunity to go out there and just start slowly rolling things back and start getting a little bit more money moving, a few more people working, at these, with this new reality of whether it's face masks, definitely a social distancing, just an overall awareness, no more handshaking, of how not to spread this. We need to get out there and see if it works, because there is another price to be paid. But it's never in America anymore. It's never about compromise. It's never about let's work together. It's always about I'm in this camp, you're in this camp, you're the enemy, period. Gimster says, I sent you a Patreon message. I was going to send it here, but it was too long for chat. But could you read it in your best impression of him? Okay, hold on, Gimster. It gets complicated. I miss a lot of chat and everything when I keep going to different pages. But hold on. This year taught me one thing. Government sucks. True, Arthur. True. Hold on a second, guys. Let me grab a window for the goosh. Government... the sad thing is a lot of times, even when government is well intentioned, it still ends up sucking so often. Okay. Gimster says, "Oh, I can't do a good Cassius Clay Muhammad Ali impression." He says, "This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today. Talks a great deal and brags indeedy of a muscular punch that's incredibly speedy. The kid's got a left, this kid's got a right. If he hits you once, you're asleep for the night. He's got strength, he's speed and endurance, but you decide to fight him, increase your insurance." Yeah, I mean that Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay comes right from my era. That was the 70s heavyweight boxing was, for my money, the greatest fighting arts era in history. Any fighting art at all. It was just fantastic. Those, with Ali and Frazier and Foreman and Norton and Jimmy Young and Jimmy Ellis and Ernie Shavers. It was just Jerry Quarry even. It was just one great fight after another in that division. But I used to be able to do some impressions. I've got like none left, and I wouldn't even try and do an Ali impression because to me it would be disrespectful because it would be so bad. And even though I was a Joe Frazier fan, and Ali pissed me off because he beat him 2 out of 3, I still wouldn't disrespect Muhammad Ali. Stormstar says, "Politician, one occupation no one can ever be 100% successful at." That's true. Why? The base goal of a politician is to please everyone, something that is totally impossible. You're right, Stormstar. You are absolutely correct. That's one thing I think if you go into politics, you better be aware of that, or it's going to be a really severely bumpy ride for you, because the old adage says, and it's so true, you cannot please all of the people all the time. It's impossible. Wolverine says, "Look for next post." Okie dokie. Excuse me. John says, "Hey, Madagascar has 0 confirmed cases of COVID-19. So I say, all hail King Julian." Oh, I love those cartoons. Oh, those are so good. Excuse me, guys. What the hell did I have for lunch? My wife made a turkey yesterday, and we had leftover, and I had a bunch of it for lunch. And I think it's calling to me right now. Wolverine says, "Because I gave blood March 13, I am apparently unable to donate platelets until May 13. I didn't know that. Huh. It makes sense, though. That makes sense. I wasn't aware of that, but that would make sense. Straga says, "Curtis, do you think Rangiku has the largest tits out of all the waifu that you've seen from the get-go?" I don't know. That's close on Boa Hancock. Although she's not my, Boa is not my main waifu from the series. Those are some bombs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That'd be pretty close. Tsunade's up there as well, but those two would be really close as far as pure size. It would be, put it this way, it would be a contest that I would be more than willing to judge. I would take the job super serial. I would be serious. I would get in there. You can't just measure. You got to get in there, and you got to get into your work. You got to get your hands dirty a little bit. Feel around there. See, let's look for shape. Let's look for roundness. Let's look for perk. I would take it. I would take it serious. Sarah's is pretty big, Valkyrie. I don't think she compares quite with those two. I mean, just for size. You guys know as waifu, she's it for me anyway. But just for pure size, I don't think she can keep up. Loki, thanks for the magenta sky. I'm getting cocky with it now. I say I got magenta down. We'll see what happens the next stream. But come on, I'm on a roll now. I've been able to come up with that word. Geez, got to be at least 7-8 times in a row. Smokey Loki says, "I think tribalism is our species' Achilles' heel." Could make a case for that. It allowed us to come together and survive against the harsh elements of nature and from predators. Now it's proving to be an archaic tool of our nature that needs to be fixed. But yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Yep, tribalism perpetuated us as a species, absolutely. And now tribalism within the species threatens to do great, potentially irreparable harm to us. Yeah, that's actually really well put, Loki. I think that's really well put. And absolutely true. It's weird too, isn't it? You're right. I never thought of it that way, taking it back that far. mankind's original tribalism allowed him to survive, him and her to survive. And now that we've taken tribalism to more finite levels, tribalism no longer means just all of us as humans. It means these humans versus these humans. And that's tough. And now here comes I love the debates about the magenta sky. Gon says pussy pink. And Nolan says Magneto sky. Rose Sky Gimster says, wait, is M still here? She'll put you guys in your place. She will tell you it's a goddamn magenta sky. Oh, I still have trouble with Shark Boy all the time, BG. I can usually get his name to come to mind now, but it's actually comical because as I'm talking to you, I'm pontificating, trying to kiss him. Now it generally will come to me, but it does take a while. It used to be I had to wait until you guys posted it for me. I don't know why. Certain names, certain words, again, typically nouns, they just get blocked out. Wolverine says, never mind, they just said July 3rd. I underestimated. Wow. I mean, that does make sense that there would have to be a significant amount of time in between donations. I just never really thought about that before. Lifer makes a good point. Many things that are helpful in one scenario or dosage are deadly in another. Very true. And yeah, tribalism is a perfect example. You're right. I like that. That was well put. In both cases, what Loki said and what Lifer added to it, because I never really thought of it that way. But yeah, it is so true. I guess, tribalism is a positive dependent upon how deep and divisive that tribalism goes. That's really interesting. That was well put. Even on Free for All Friday, every once in a while, as a group, we come up with some stuff that's pretty well thought out. I'm surprised it happens on Fridays, but I like it. Johnny Bravocado says they aren't waifus if they don't have back problems. And Lute says dark pink, keeping the magenta war going. Chrome says, oh, someone just made me realize something. Ribrianne is the waifu with the biggest boobs you've seen. Probably right, huh? But how could wait that they gotta come with an asterisk though with Ribrianne. I refuse to allow that to be the case. Noah Dreyer says everyone has their best ideas when they're FFA hammered. Arthur says next post, if two other people sponsor interspecies reviewers episode, I'll dredge up the money too. Arthur, you may see, and again, I don't know, but you may see that do well in the upcoming nominations and stuff, just based again on how much it gets talked up, around the channel, around the goosh. It may. Uriel says, still hate they blocked your Naruto reaction videos. You know what's really weird about that? They just blocked another one today. I haven't had one of those Naruto videos blocked in months and months and months, and one got blocked today. Hold on. Let me pull up my email. It's funny you brought that up today. I was like, really? You guys are worried about blocking these fucking things now after all this amount of time? Hold on. Let me find my email. I think I kept that email. I can tell you guys which one it is if I go to my email page. Your video has been blocked in some countries. It was Shippuden clips. Could Naruto unite the tailed beasts? It's episode 327. Just got blocked today. After all this freaking time, now they blocked another episode of Naruto, and that, like I say, that just came in earlier today. It's just weird you brought it up right now. Brother Malachi says, "This is why I like you, Curtis. You have your own biases like everyone else, but try to be fair." Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I do try to be. It's just something I learned a long time ago. I try and look at things from everybody's perspective, and that's why I say it's hard for me, because that is like the big point of contention in America right now is this whole continue to be shut down, ease the restrictions, and everybody is so vehemently in one corner or the other, and there has to be a happy medium, and both sides need to realize that. But BG says YouTube is asshole. True. Yeah, the nominations are a while away. You're right about that, Arthur. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Totally random. Uncle Curtis, can I touch your beard, please? Yes, please. All the bad touch, good to any touch. I'm game for anything. Curtis, tell me your social security number. I'm old, Lex. It's 7. Chrome says, kind of doubtful interspecies reviewer will do well in the next poll. Oh, Dr. Stone, yeah. Dr. Stone, I think you're right. That's going to get more pop. Hajime no Ippo almost made it last in time. Dragon Maid, maybe. Hell, even Oran will probably be next up before that. Could be. That's true. But I think with the first two, you're definitely right. Dr. Stone, I was shocked by how much support that got right out of the blocks. That was the first time we'd ever even seen it in nominations, and it did really well. And, of course, Hajime no Ippo was the next one out and just barely got beat by Bleach for that last spot. So, yeah, you're probably right. Oh, excuse me. Link Trinal says, roses are red, my dad is a demon. If we duck, I'll drown you in semen. Big Dave says, you can remember kiss on me. It doesn't matter. When I get those blocks, because I use memory tricks devices all the time to remember things, but for whatever reason with the brain damage or whatever, when something just won't stay there, it just won't. It doesn't matter what I do. I don't know why. Imagine search the anime icon. You want giant tits, you'll find no bigger. Nacho says. See, for me, it's well, no, I can't say. I always love some big boobies, but it's always not necessarily the top waifus. Look at Kukaku. I mean, she's certainly, don't get me wrong, certainly well endowed and everything, but she's not, Rangiku or even Tsunade. It's all how it all works together for me. Straga says, I can accept that Hajime no Ippo almost beat Bleach. That is an acceptable outcome. I'm real anxious for Hajime no Ippo, but again, as we were just talking, I've been a boxing fan for a long, long time. Chrome says, reason I say Dragon Maid as well is because there's a season 2 in the works. Oh, excuse me, guys, got a tickle on my nose. So it'll renew interest. Yeah, that seems to be the case when a new season comes out with any of them. But I feel like Corona's halt development, also the studio being arson last year as well. Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could very well be right, Chrome. I think, but you're right about Hajime no Ippo and Dr. Stone. Hajime no Ippo based on past results, and Dr. Stone, again, based on the fact that the first time it was even mentioned, it got huge amounts of support. Arcane Mystic says, hey, Curtis, what is your take on the Houston Astros cheating scandal? Do you hate the team like the Craze fans in New York and LA do? I've been a fan since mid-2000, but reconsidering because of scandal. Yeah, I think it sucks. I mean, I'm a Pirates fan. So as far as it affecting me as a fan of my team, of course, the Pirates are a non-factor anyway. But yeah, I think that kind of activity is just scummy. It just really is. And I know, well, no, you can't even say unwritten rules because, put it this way. It not only breaks the written rules, it breaks the unwritten rules as well, as far as the kind of stuff where players want to play the game and compete against one another. And you just don't do that kind of shit. It's just so wildly disrespectful and obviously, as I said, against the rules. And I think they got off way too light for doing it. It's just, no, I because of it, yes, it puts a complete bad taste in your mouth for the Astros. I would not be rooting for them. And they were a team that is not one of my favorites, but in their playoff runs and stuff, I have rooted for them. As long as they weren't up against one of my favorites, it was a team it was easy to root for. They don't have that long dominant history or anything. They had a lot of likable guys, but yeah, it's over for me. Chrome says, oh, by the way, when we do Ippo eventually, how are you going to deal with the multiple series thing? I'd suggest doing them all, really, since they just continue the series sometimes a decade later. Yeah, that's getting way ahead of the game, Chrome. I don't know. I'd have to look into all that, if it gets voted in, and then I'll figure that out. Brother Malachi says, I've been very saddened by it because I live in H-Town until last year. They had been on a losing streak for over 30 years. They only won the regional about 2 or 3 times. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was easy to root for them, and it is too bad that they had to go that route. It really is, to put that kind of blemish on the team. Andrea says, "What do you like more, Dragon Ball or Naruto?" Again, there's with series like that I've enjoyed that much. There's no like better. It kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. You know, if as far as watching individually or watching clips, which I still get to do on because I know I'm never gonna have time or rarely gonna. The chances are good that I won't have time to watch these whole series in their entirety again. I go back and watch clips all the time. So would it be Dragon Ball, Naruto? Just depends on what I'm in the mood for. You know, particularly if I want to see some good knockdown, drag out, kick your universe, blow your universe away stuff, it's Dragon Ball. If it's more the storytelling things or with me more character related, I couldn't tell you how many times I've gone back to watch Hashirama disrespect oh, why are names going out of my head again? Um huh. And now see, these are names I say every day and they go out of my head. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see if give me a second to see if the name's gonna come to me. Nope, it's not. But by the time I scroll down, I'll see it. Madara, thank you guys. To see Hashirama disrespect Madara, I've gone back and watched it. I couldn't tell you how many times. Just the expressions are so great. That moment was built up so great, and you see Madara's whole essence just drain right the fuck out of him. Hashirama goes, "Wait a minute." It's like whoever you are, hold on. Madara, yeah. So I mean, it all depends. I'll go back and watch clips depending on what I'm in the mood for. Uh, Zombie Dude says, Curtis, what would you do if Hashirama disrespected you like that? Oh, come on, dude, it's Hashirama. I'd take it like a little bitch. That's what I'd do. My favorite anime is Fazboy's Comedy. I used to like that show, but the fat guy on there just got to me after a while. I can't take him anymore. Madara be like, yeah, Lude. That's again, it's one of my favorite anime moments. It was just, it was set up so well and paid off so well because Hashirama is just so entirely dismissive of him. It was just perfect. Wood style user, yeah, Andrew. I love that. That show really went downhill after Chair Kun died. Rick says, talking about the Space Boys comedy show. Yeah, Chair. I will say this though. Chair Kun went down hard. Got taken out. Fat man, best wife, Wu Trinal says. Sasuke Boruto's dad. Chrome says, ah, yes, Naruto. Everyone's favorite homoerotic, non-JoJo style gay porno. Too bad 4 kids cut out the porn. Gimster says, could you please watch all of One Piece, Bleach, Detective Conan, and Pokemon within a month? My request is reasonable. It is. Yes, after the stream, we'll get started on it, Gimster. Let's start with Detective Conan. You know, let's take the shortest one first. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh my God, Zandag says, oh no, Zanage says, oh my God, Sasuke-kun, don't call me Naruto-kun, you sound like a freaking idiot. Fun fact, in the moment Madara put on his disrespected face, the animators messed up his eyes. Really? I never caught that. It's supposed to be 2 Rinnegan, but they drew in a Sharingan by mistake. No shit. No, oh shit, now I'm going to have to go back and look at that. I never noticed that. Well, it doesn't surprise me I wouldn't notice it, but I don't think if anybody had mentioned that to me before, I'd forgotten it. Really? Oh, and in that ultimate moment, they fucked up his eyes. I didn't see that, and we all know how important eyes are in Naruto. Brian says, "Sorry, I'm here at the end, not feeling well." Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Yesterday, you talked about playing a new game with your granddaughter. You should do the Kingdom Hearts series. It's Disney. That's almost essential. Oh, I love Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Brian, I love Kingdom Hearts. Was a blast. I didn't get all the way through it. Brax did though. I played it, and Brax got all the way through it, and I sat there and watched a lot of it with him. The first one he went all the way through. I know I saw good hunks of the second one, and over there in my PS4 box, I have the latest release. What was it? 1, 2, and 3, I think. But yes, no, I completely agree. Kingdom Hearts is fantastic. I remember when the original Kingdom Hearts first came out and how enraptured I was with that world. The world they built in there was just so freaking cool. Still believe so. Sora's a great character, but just the world creation in there was one of my favorites. Let's see. Chrome says, I wonder how many of the murder mysteries Curtis would figure out if Conan, if when we eventually see it. How are you in solving mysteries, Curtis? Here and there, Chrome. Sometimes it seems like I'm fairly decent at it. Other times I feel like I miss stuff that's just punching you right in the face. And it all depends too. In fairness to me now, if the clues are too spread out, the further they get spread out, the worse I get, just because of the memory issues. But even aside from that, I'm very uneven with things like that. Sometimes I'm pretty good. Other times it's like, dude, what the fuck? That was obvious. Downlord Badland says, hey Curtis, you like to read? I do. I never get to anymore. But what's your favorite genre, favorite series? Mine is fantasy, and my favorite series is the Belgariad by David Eddings. I've never heard of that. Actually, to be honest with you, Downlord, most of the reading that I've done, and I've done none recently though, it's typically biographies, autobiographies, and usually around sports figures. It's just, that was always I've always been a sports nut. So when I did get time to read, that was my relaxation. I will occasionally, or used to occasionally, read some fiction, but not nearly as much as I would biographical stories. Oh, all the time. Loki says, did you ever take Brax to arcades as a kid? Oh, not only as a kid. The last time we were at an arcade was within a couple weeks before the whole shutdown thing began. He went up to get a haircut. I went with him because right around the corner, excuse me, from where he gets his haircut, it's a little strip plaza as an arcade, and we go, oh, well, until this happened, we would go in there all the time and play games. We're arcade fanatics. Yeah, love them. Milok says, the first time I watched hentai came buckets, metal ones. My urethra was never the same again. I hope that mental image of large steel containers passing through a small pee hole is painful. That's actually, you know what, Brian? That, you say that, but when I think about it, if I were to write an autobiography, that would be a perfect title for me too. I mean, just given my history in stand-up and everything, and in comedic related things. Brian says, my autobiography is going to be called It Was Funnier in My Head. I'm working on a first draft every day. I hope you're not going to sue me when I steal that. That's actually a great title. That's actually a great title. Mine would either be what you said, or I could also see going with I'm not as funny as I think I am. Only because that's my wife hits me with that one all the time, especially when I'm being a wise ass. Not as funny as you think you are. Is there any anime character that you despise more than Shao Tucker? The guy says. More probably not. As much, yeah, off the top of my head, Arlong would be right there with him. And I'm sure there's others, but Arlong is the first one that pops pops to mind. Black Zetsu would be close to that company. But yeah, there's nobody I hate any more than Shao Tucker. There just might be some that I hate as much. A true veteran gamer. Andrew, I've been around, definitely, the first gaming console I ever had was Pong. I go all the way back to Pong. And it's sad how old I was when Pong came out. It's not like I was just a little kid or something. Brian says, well, I say that all the time. My friend told me it should be my autobiography. I photoshopped the cover from. Actually, like I said, that's a brilliant title, actually. That's Big Dave says mine would be, that could have been better. oh man. That's funny. Milog says, my autobiography will be called You Can Teach Gorilla How to Box. Chrome says, well, technically you now have two versions of Arlong to hate after seeing the 4Kids episode of him. Go to the dungeon with you. That was, oh God, Chrome, that was so awful. That was so stupid. The shovel, too. The fucking shovel was just terrible. Jeez. Demon Bulma or Madara? As cool as Demon Bulma is Madara. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I gotta go. I still got some editing left to do. I always have editing to do at this point of the day still, but just like to make sure I keep everything going. I'm always paranoid that. That's why I try over at the Goose to stay an episode or two ahead. I'm always paranoid that something big is going to come up, and I'm going to have. It's less likely now, of course, with lockdown, but I'm going to have to be away for a couple of days, so I never let myself get too far behind on editing or anything like that, so I can have some material ahead of time just in case that happens. But yeah, I got to I got to head out. This was another. Listen, it was free. Not only was it a typical free-for-all Friday, and there was lots of weirdness, lots of insanity, there was actually some really poignant, well-done conversation in here. I think we all deserve. I think we all deserve a round of applause. Everybody. Arthur says my autobiography. No, I'm not joking. And I see Egg Vallo. I see. There you go, Lude. Thank you, Lude. If you're gonna come in here, typing the same thing over and over all in caps, you're fortunate that all he did was time you out, because I wouldn't have minded if he just blocked you from the channel altogether. That's wildly inconsiderate and rude. But thank you guys for everything. Get ready, because it's Free For All Friday. You guys know I save the highest quality sticky stuff Free For All Friday. I know everybody's already gathered around because they know it's Free For All Friday sticky stuff. This, you really should think now, guys. I'm about to dispense it, but remember, if you put a little aside, make a nice chunk of change on eBay. Make sure and tell them it's Free For All Friday sticky stuff. Pampu Pampu, here it comes. Sticky stuff for you. Pampu Pampu, sticky stuff for everybody. The Free For All Friday premium brand. Well, bang. Okay. Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, always, ultimately important on Fridays, goose, 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 goose. Goose.